All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol LI, Li Auto Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So Li Auto had a run, then it became very bearish fairly quickly, broke through the 50-day moving average, and created a support level here, which is the lowest point we've seen it reach after this bullish run. And that's 3017. I want every single investor to keep this number in mind because we're going to move this over to its new locations. But this right here, this support level is probably the most important one in the next coming days and weeks. If this gets back below the 50-day moving average and starting to hit newer lows and newer support levels. 3017 was touched twice, as we can see here, on its way down, and the bulls reappeared from that point forward. So write that down, super important number, because that's the lowest point after this bullish run. Now the highest point before it fell was up here at this point at 4110. You're going to want to keep that number in mind as well. 4110 is super important for the next coming days and weeks as this momentum continues to work its way up. So stay tuned for the end of this video. There's going to be a trivia question, and I want you guys to pay close attention to these cues because I will be asking questions based off of the cues that I talk about so that you guys can pay close attention to these numbers and these points of reference for the next coming days and weeks. So here we are with our new resistance and also our new support. This is a very narrow stretch here due to the fact of how bullish this was throughout the day, and then finally the bears slightly appeared and the bulls reappeared, continuing the momentum. And we kind of have this narrow stretch here above the 50-day moving average as we see it. So we're currently at 3662. Super important number to keep in mind. That's the price of the stock. But the 50-day moving average is right here at 3428. 3428. I can't land exactly on it. It jumps around 27 and 29. But to be exact, 3428 is the most important number. It lets us know on what side of the chart we're in, if we're in bullish territory or bearish territory. And for this to break through newer highs and stay above the 50-day moving average and stay in this bullish territory, the bulls are going to have to break through this resistance level. Now, I want to emphasize that this is the highest point after this recovery and the most important resistance level right now in the short term, specifically for tomorrow, to break through for the bulls. The bulls want to break through 36.99 and turn that into a support so that they can reach newer highs, newer resistance levels, and pull further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. It is super important for the bulls to do this so that this can actually reach newer highs and stay in bullish territory, because the 50-day moving average will start to catch up to the price if this does not break through resistance, and the bulls can start to lose momentum. So for this momentum to continue, for the bulls to get to the next step and the next level, they need to break through 36.99, turn that into a support, reach newer highs and newer support levels created as these resistance levels continue to be broken. Now, on the other hand, we have our support level here, and this is what the bears want. The bears want to break through 34.80, and by doing so, they're going to do their best to break through this. Now, every investor has a small window here between support and the 50-day moving average to pay close attention to how this is reacting and if this is moving quicker to the 50-day moving average to get back into bearish territory, or are the bulls trying to reappear and bring this back up. So support is super important to keep in mind how this stock is reacting, watching the behavior and how quickly it's moving down, and also how it's reacting between support and the 50-day moving average, and how quickly is it moving up to newer highs, newer resistance levels, and also if the bulls have reappeared or are the bears dominating to reach newer lows and newer support levels. So super important to keep in mind the behavior of this stock. If support is broken through, how quickly is it moving to newer lows, and if it breaks through the 50-day moving average. I really want to emphasize that because this is a really close one here in this tug of war. All this momentum that the bulls have created here, they can slightly lose it fairly quickly if this breaks through support and moves its way down really fast into bearish territory. Now, if it falls into bearish territory, the bulls still have an opportunity to reappear in this area and bring it back up, but they still have to aim towards that 36.99 mark and turn that into a support and break away from it to reach newer highs. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. So at the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. I want you guys to stay tuned for that as well. But what is the trivia question for today? So trivia question is, what is the lowest point reached in this bearish run after the bullish run on its way down? And what was the highest point reached before this fell? Not the peak up here, but before it fell into bearish territory and into the bearish run. So I look forward to seeing your guys' comments down below and answers. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. On these scheduled dates, the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets, and by doing so, the S&P 500 index is rising with it. Now, what does that mean for us as investors? Well, if the S&P 500 index is rising, there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. Anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up. I know that sometimes 30 cents to $3 might dismotivate you, but it does add up. Profits are profits. Now in the video I go into further detail about it, but just to summarize, the charts and the dates, they speak for themselves. You'll see it all in the video. I go into further detail. I just did an updated video for this week. I highly encourage you guys to check it out because the next pump date is tomorrow, and I did the most updated video this weekend. But I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to go ahead and tell you a specific ticker symbol to look for or anything like that. I'm just here to inform every single investor and every single viewer on the great news that there's an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses for as long as the Federal Reserve continues to pump the markets. And also, it's a strategy that works whether the market's going up or it's going down. Now, it works for as long as the Federal Reserve continues, and so far, they've just scheduled another release date, and there's going to be pumps for the next coming months. So, also, for this next coming month, I do a series, which is the same video, but weekly. So stay tuned for that. If you're a first-time viewer and you just saw this video for the first time, well, welcome once again. But also check out that video, and if it's something that's worthwhile to you, do subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video that I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.